Hello! Welcome to another episode of Century Countess. Get unready with me. A retake of yesterday, but done correctly, because this time we checked to see if our camera was filming. So we didn't pour our heart out, and it poured our heart out for nothing, and had to re-pour our heart out. Oh. Today was interesting, as you guys know from my earlier video when you saw me doing this makeup. We were going back to the pharmacy to update our healthcare because we didn't put our healthcare info in, which is why we ended up spending $27 on our medicine when we didn't have to. So here's what happened. We go there. I give them the card again and let them know, hey, I need to update my information, the insurance part. They say that my insurance is not covered here. They make it clear. But the guy was very nice. He double checked. Now, here's where it gets fun. The lady who served me yesterday kind of got eavesdroppy. And you know how that happens. I was like, in my head, in my mind, I was like, don't you dare get involved. And the reason why I say that is because there are some cocky people who get the wrong idea, and they'll be like, oh, they were there yesterday, they tried to do this with their card, yada yada yada. This is a whole other thing. My card wasn't put in the system, and my insurance said my medicine should be paid for, yada yada yada. So luckily she didn't, but she was eavesdropping. And in my head, I was like, don't shoot. In my head, I was like, this bitch better not. They come back and they say, your insurance isn't covered, so you need to go here and you need to go there. So I decided, okay, well, all right, fine. And they said something about they needed to do something like send a receipt to my company, and they told me to wait. And they had a hold of my card, so I don't know what they were planning. So I guess they were trying to make sure they didn't get in trouble or something. I don't know. My plan was just to go. I have a lighter, by the way. You're about to find out soon. My plan was just to go there, try to get my thing refunded, because they said it was refundable. They just needed 4 things on my card, which I presented, and they said, doesn't work. My insurance company said it's supposed to work. CVS is supposed to do it. So I'm like, you know what, this is just assholism. I'm not going to deal with these guys. Plus, I'm not going to, so I take their advice, go to another pharmacy. Guess what happens? Medication that was supposed to be refilled by the 31st was filled the same day that I basically signed up. So basically what I did, go to the new pharmacy, explain, hey, I want to switch pharmacies, yada yada. They're able to do it. Not only that, they're able to get a hold of my doctor's information, get a hold of the whole thing, my whole info for CVS, switch it all over so I didn't have to do any of it. And it gets better. I signed up for auto notifications when refills are filled, etc., etc. They refilled lisinopril again, which is cool, but I let them know it's like, hey, I already got a bottle, no need, so they took it back. However, the good part is the lisinopril is covered, so $0 for me when I need it. And they asked me a question if I would like auto notifications if I need my prescription refilled when it's time to refill my medication, if I'd like to have it auto refilled. And I was like, yes, get that done and over with so I don't have to do squat. All set, so all things are perfect. Don't have to worry about anything. When the notifications come, I just hope when they do come, I have money in my pocket when it does. But anyway, I kissed my old pharmacy goodbye, and now it's time to really say goodbye. So, don't recommend, if you have some form of insurance, don't recommend these guys, because they don't accept most insurance. So, and besides, from what I heard, they're in trouble, and I think I read something that they filed for bankruptcy. So, I don't think they're going to be around for too much longer. So, without further ado, burn, burn, burn. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yep, so no more of that. Hello, good pharmacy. You impressed me. Won't mention the name of the pharmacy. You've impressed me, Mr. Pharmacy. So I'm happy. So ulcers. Now, on to the best part. Let's get started with the makeup remover, shall we? So everything's relieved. Everything's set up. I got my medication. More quicker. Oh, and by the way, the medication that I had to pay for, it would have been 13 something over at CVS. It was $2 cheaper at the new one, at the new pharmacy. So I'm like, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh. Oh gosh. Now you can see what I was talking about with this substance. This is good stuff. It just completely liquidates the makeup. Your face looks like you have elephant skin or graveyard gray corpse skin. Yeah, so now that it's, let's rub it all out, yada yada yada. Okay. Now, okay, so, pharmacy was awesome. The lady who helped me was a gem. And right when we went to go get the the prescription that was filled faster, then they said it was going to be filled at CVS. The lady was on her way out, it was close to closing time. She's like, it's been filled, she wished, she was like, immediately knew who I was. Wished me a good evening. I wished her a good evening. Very sweet. So she's a gem. She is a gem. And I'm going to be enjoying that new pharmacy because, like I said, the atmosphere at the CVS that I went to was not that nice. Ugh. I guess they thought I was a crazy person or something. Oh well. Or they've had their taste of crazy people, so they automatically assume that their next customer that doesn't look like a normie is going to be crazy. I hate those people, but they're gone. They're out of my lives. The only time they're going to see my face is if I have to go buy Got2b glue. That is if their store still exists pretty soon. Because like I said, a lot of them are closing. And the fun part is when I heard that was a few days ago before this incident, before all this bullshit started, I was actually considering on moving to a new pharmacy. Because I thought, okay, they're going to be gone soon, so. Because they keep saying things are closing. And by the way, the liquid that I'm using is a combo of hot water, witch hazel, and a very strong medical soap. And what I mean by strong medical soap, the type that's really good for wounds and stuff. Well, basically some strong shit. $15 at Walgreens. $14 to $15 at Walgreens. At least when I looked it up, it's the same price as on Amazon. But look, you guys, this really, when you have wipes, this is some good stuff to remove the makeup, and you just seriously look at that. Okay. But yeah, it's a happy ending. Then I get something else in the mail. It stressed me out for a moment because it's like after, it's so fun. The last few days, you guys, the last couple of days, It's like there's a stressful situation. Get that resolved. I get something in the mail. It's another stressful situation. Get that resolved. I get a text message and an email of a stressful situation. That gets resolved. Then the whole thing with the pharmacy. I get that resolved today. Then this, and then sure enough, it's not big. It's nothing to be worried about. It's just them telling me that, because of my new insurance, most of it's not going to get covered. Or... So, you guys, fingers crossed, that's not going to come and bite me in the ass if ever I have a medical situation or something. Like a really bad medical situation. If anything, at least, if I owe anything, let it at least be at least under $75. But not in the hundreds, or past the hundreds, or even, like, way past the 200s, because there's no way. There's no way. Otherwise, this person's going to be very angry. Alright. One moment to pause. I was pretty stressed out. It got worse today, because, it was my friend Star Raven's, live stream. She streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I was able to catch her Friday one for a short bit. I didn't get a chance to enjoy the Mr. Bob song. She does this 30 minutes into her live stream. She'll upload a song dedicated to her skeleton Mr. Bob. She has this really life-size skeleton. She's named Mr. Bob, and she made a song for him. So she'll play that, and it's a really nice song. And she announced that it was 3 minutes before the song, and then she did mention that there has been some issues with YouTube, and I've been having issues with YouTube, and right when she announced 3 minutes, YouTube decided to kind of glitch on me, and I couldn't watch the rest of the stream. It would not let me watch the rest of the stream. I refreshed several times, restarted my computer, it just would not let me watch. It would not let me watch. So, I'm sad about that. I didn't get a chance to kind of enjoy it a little bit longer. But long story short, everything happened. It all ended perfectly. Let's just hope the thing that I got today in the mail doesn't come and bite me, because like I said, I don't need any more surprises. This doesn't sound like a big surprise. But I don't need any more. So anyway, in conclusion, because it's 13 minutes in, what do you think of this stuff? Like I said, this is a makeup remover from Sunset Beauty. It's really good stuff. People are like, oh, it's oily whenever I show them. It feels good to the skin. It's nothing. It feels really good to the skin. It's whatever it is, it's healthy on the skin. It does its magic. It literally does its magic. I am going to have to dabble a little bit more on my neck. But other than that, when you want to wash it off, soap and water is pretty good. This substance that I made with hot water, witch hazel, and a medical soap that I got in the medical section of a pharmacy store is pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to continue to wash this off camera. I'm going to enjoy a nice big ice cold Diet Pepsi, and I wish you all a very good evening, and I will see you in the next video. I don't know when that be. It might be tomorrow. Who knows? Because tomorrow I am going to... They are putting Spirited Away back in theaters, and my friends have been invited me to it, so I will be heading up there around 7-ish, because the show starts at 7:30ish. And I've never seen that movie all the way through. I've seen little bits of it. And I've seen like maybe borderline midway of it. Like maybe 15 minutes midway into... 15 minutes left. I mean, no, not 15 minutes left. 15 minutes into the midway part of the movie. So we are going to see it all the way through. I've only seen little bits here and there. From the trailer, I already know what the plot is. So I already know what's going to happen. But I've never seen it all the way through, so I can't wait to see it all the way through. So please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!